strangest thing that happened to me in jail was in 1993. I was 24. I had an IQ of 9, and I used about like 3% of that 9-point IQ. So that would be, divide 9 into 3%. So that'd be, what would that be? 900. Wait, 900. If you took 900, 3% of 900 is 3, right? So, no, it's 9. So, who cares? Anyhow, strangest thing that happened to me in jail didn't happen to me. It's just I watched it happen. I was in minimum security, work furlough, because I fucked up. I'm not a criminal. I don't steal. I don't kill people. Unless they really got it fucking coming down. But thank God that hasn't happened. I mean, there's a lot of people I wanted to kill in my life, but I just never did. Planned it, but I never did. I hope the feds watch this someday. Maybe they'll bring me up before a guillotine. You were cited saying he thought about killing somebody back in July 9th, 2025. Is this true, Mr. Cabral? I'll be up there. The guillotines over here. Everybody's depressed because they're getting killed. And guillotines and blood. And I'll be up there going, I'll tell you, if you let me dip one of my nuts in your mouth, it's exactly what I do. Well, let's face it, the guillotine, I mean, they're going to cut your fucking head off. If they're going to electrocute me by the balls, that I might play along. Other than that, go fuck yourself, No, but the weirdest thing I saw happen to me in jail was, I saw it. It was minimum security, 60 days, every fucking weeknight. Afternoon, at around 6 or 7 p.m. About 30 dudes, inmates, would flood into the TV room and completely take over the TV room. Doesn't matter who's watching what, one of them would come up and turn the station. It's funny as fuck because there'd be a new guy, and this new guy goes, there'd be a new guy, and it'd be like 5:35 p.m. and this new guy goes, oh, check this out, oh my God, I've been wanting to see this. He's just enthralled in something. He's the new guy. He's the inmate. This is like third day in. He came in Saturday or something. Well, nobody comes in Saturday, but you know what I'm saying. He's new. He hasn't been in the day room at 6, 7 p.m. in the weekday afternoons. And 30 dudes come rolling in, and one dude, so usually the same guy, goes up, changes the channel, and the dude's like, but you learn really quick the voting system, if people are arguing over what to watch, because you'll get 5 guys, no, fuck that, we're watching this, and 6 guys over here are gonna fuck you, we want to watch this, and then one guy will get up, all right, let's vote, let's take a vote, the whole room, let's go. It's fair. And but these motherfuckers are rolling, and the new guy never said anything because he's looking at, he knows 30 motherfuckers just rolled in the TV room, so they're all doing the same thing. And they would never say it. They'd just kind of look around and be like, what the fuck? And then be like, and they'd shut the fuck up and end it. And the show that they watched every goddamn afternoon at 6 p.m. was Star Trek: The Next Generation. Star Trek: The Next Generation. You missed, bitch. You're late. Star Trek: The Next Generation. In jail. I thought we were supposed to be inmates, badasses, outlaws. And these motherfuckers are watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. When I got out, this old biker I knew in town, I get my weed from, cutting firewood. He's an old biker, looks like Grizzly Adams. And just has a big old 1957 Chevy fucking with a boom on it. And utility bed with all the toolboxes. He's got a fucking tow boom. He goes to tow. Him and my sister did a tow in the middle of the night. They were at a crowded biker bar, loud biker bar. He goes, hey, we're gonna go do a tow. They dropped acid like an hour before that. Somebody called him. This was back in the 80s. And he comes back all through the whole, crowd in the bar. Comes up to my sister and goes, hey, we're gonna go do a tow. And she's like, right now? Yeah, we gotta pull this fucking guy out of a fucking gully. He just went off the fucking bed. Because his thing was, if you were an outlaw in Auburn, California back then, and you drunken driver and crashed your car, you don't call 911. You call Steve. He'll come pull you out of the hole before the fucking highway patrol gets involved. And he's like, we're gonna go to a tow. And my sister goes, Steve, we're on LSD right now. We're gonna leave the bar. We're gonna go do a fucking tow on LSD in the middle of the night. He's like, yeah, let's go. She goes, I don't know if I can do it. He goes, Karen. I can say her name because she's dead. She goes, my sister goes, who are you? She goes, yeah, her name's Karen. I'm Karen. Who am I? You're Steve. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go fucking pull that motherfucker out of Macaulay. That's what we're gonna do. All right, let's fucking do it. They went out to this country road, middle line on LSD with this fucking I drove his 50 that fucking tow truck, 57 Chevy tow truck. You're in the cab with that thing's running, just to the corner. Much less descending the mountain after cutting firewood. You can't hear yourself think. There's big giant holes in the floorboard and dash. It's all steel. It's 57 Chevy. It's pretty badass. He'll run a 10-ton cable, tow cable around a fucking 48-inch fucking diameter log of oak. Pick that fucker up to put in the trailer. And the front end of this fucking truck to do with this shit. It's a sight. He's a crazy motherfucker too, Steve. I think he's still alive too, but they pulled fucking Spotlight, down in the gully, pulling this motherfucker out, pulling a brother out of the hole before the highway patrol gets involved. No, don't call 911. I'll call somebody. And I got out of the barracks that April after 60 days, and one night I went over to his place to get some weed. What's up, man? And I've never seen him like this. I seen him freaked, but he was stone sober. Well, we smoked weed, but stone sober and just on his easy chair, both hands gripping each arm of the chair, enthralled, staring, locked on, eyes locked on to the fucking television. That little TV set. He's one of those guys that had a little TV set back in the 90s, way the fuck up, touching the ceiling. I looking up at the I used to laugh at that. I guess that's cool when you're passing out too. You're laying down. If you spend enough time in jail and the hospital, you probably get used to it. But I like my TV set down on the floor. I like everything on the floor, man. I'm a fucking idiot like that. But guess what he was watching? Star Trek: The Next Generation. Then it gets weird. Because I'm thinking, Grizzly Adams watching Star Trek: The Firewood Steve, towing on LSD Steve, watching Star Trek: The Next Generation. I thought it was, I tried to get into it. I never got into Star Trek, the regular one, but Star Trek Unleaded. And he was just enthralled. And he always likes people when they come to pick up drugs that, he won't budge. He won't go get your shit. You could shove the money in his face, he won't move. He'll make you hang out for a while. You don't ask him, hey, I gotta get going. That don't exist. He won't even respond. So I gotta get going, bro. And he'll just yell at the TV. Boy, they fucked up the Camaro, didn't they? Look at this commercial that's selling these pieces of shit. Star Trek: Next Generation. And then I saw it. 15, 20 years before that, no, not that long ago, 10 years before that, in the 80s, when I was a teenager, I had one of those fucking dreams. It was so real. It was at night, and I was running from somebody, which I now believe is the system, everybody, the government. And I was just running, and I knew exactly where I was. I was running across Professional Drive by the hospital, by where I grew up, in Auburn Greens. At night, I fell. I was running across this Professional Drive. I fell. Tripped and fell. In a dream. How many dreams have you had where you can feel the pavement scratching your skin through your Levi's? And then your palm of your hands. I felt that. And I got back up and I was running. And I ran across the playground through Dry Creek Elementary. Got through the fence, and then I made it all the way to Bell Road. And right before I crossed Bell Road, I looked up in the night sky, and there's this fucking aircraft like I've never seen around here, and it was just fucking doing all this weird shit. And I looked up, and I'm like, well, that's not anything that we have in the military inventory here on Earth, or, you know. That freaked me out a little bit, and the dream ended. Steve is like gone. He's lost. He's like entranced into the Star Trek Generation episode. The Klingon is talking to this other motherfucker, probably the blind dude, the reading rainbow blind motherfucker, and Kutakente, you know, fucking Toby. Your name's Toby. My name's Kutakente. Well, bitch, now you're blind. You're on a spaceship. Now what? You were on routes, now you're on a spaceship. Life's a trip, ain't it? So, the Klingon and Blind Boy is talking to each other in a hallway. They're having a discussion. In between both Blind Boy and Klingon, okay, on the wall is a framed picture of an aircraft. Or, well, in this case, a spacecraft. It was the same space/aircraft that I saw in that dream 10, 15 years previous. Scully's hot. I want to believe.